There you go, CC. There you go, Caitlin. Way to hold it down, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark told the WNBA, damn you and your bogus orange carpet. I ain't showing up to nothing. I'm not showing up to your bogus orange carpet. I'm not showing up to this joke of a three-point shootout. I'm not showing up to link up and kick it with none of y'all. Y'all fake, y'all phony, y'all jealous, y'all are haters. Caitlin Clark just pulled a no-show for opening day of WNBA All-Star Weekend.
And the highly anticipated 2026 WNBA All-Star Exhibition in Chicago was aggressively promoted as the most lucrative and heavily viewed spectacle in women's sports history. Arena doors were slated to open to massive crowds following a complete sellout months prior, with ticket resale values skyrocketing and major television partners projecting unprecedented ratings. This showcase was destined to be a monumental triumph for the organization. Yet at this very moment, executive suites are drowning in utter chaos. Massive revenue streams are vanishing instantly as furious corporate partners terminate their massive advertising contracts, leaving Commissioner Adam Silver reportedly seething over the blatant mismanagement. How did this historic athletic celebration instantly crumble into an outright catastrophe? It stems from a spectacularly arrogant, financially catastrophic miscalculation made by the league's leadership. In a misguided attempt to satisfy a handful of envious older players, top brass attempted to muzzle the sport's biggest superstar. They tried imposing a humiliating, completely unwarranted playing time cap on Caitlin Clark during the showcase, wildly underestimating their target. Rather than quietly absorbing the slight or whining to reporters, Clark firmly held her ground and pulled the ultimate wild card. She completely withdrew from the entire weekend's festivities. The organization's biggest money-maker has rebelled, single-handedly destabilizing the association's economic foundation. Prepare yourself, because the covert toxic demands that sparked this meltdown are truly unbelievable.
Yeah, you put up 123. Everything felt like it was clicking on offense. Where did you guys sense things were going right on that end of the floor, and how quickly did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was like one of our goals tonight, was to come out and start well, because we've kind of struggled in that area in the last couple games. So thought we did that, really well. Our defense wasn't very good in the first quarter, but it was better there in the second. And then, we're able to build a comfortable lead. And I thought we just played with really good pace and sharing the ball really well. Felt like our offense was really flowing.
One assist off the franchise record as well, but you three specifically have talked about like learning to play together over these couple of years. And when you missed time last year, that impacted that. How do you feel like you three have connected recently on the offensive end of the floor specifically?
Yeah, I think we are super connected. I think for us, it's just making sure that we just execute our plays, and when we do that, everyone gets theirs. I think for C and Kels, I mean, it's super hard for teams.
Grasping the sheer scale of this economic implosion requires examining the bitter backstage drama that has been festering for months. Established stars and old-school managers have harbored deep-seated animosity regarding Caitlin Clark's total domination of the global spotlight. They were sickened by the fact that paying audiences were shelling out small fortunes just to watch a single rookie drain deep three-pointers, leaving the long-tenor veterans looking like mere stage props. Rather than capitalizing on the staggering cash flow and unprecedented audience growth she generated, leadership orchestrated a deceitful scheme a mere 2 days before the opening ceremony. Association coordinators secretly met with Indiana's management team to finalize a sinister strategy aimed at hiding Clark from the national broadcast. They engineered a severe playing time restriction, dictating that she would barely see the court outside of brief stints in the first and third periods. They tried masking this deliberate suppression as a standard health protocol designed to protect her physical longevity. Yet, everyone in that secret assembly understood the malicious reality. It was a vicious plot to force her onto the sidelines so older athletes could steal the applause. They fully intended to use her immense popularity to pack the stadium while simultaneously stripping away her chance to actually play basketball. When executives summoned her to a secluded boardroom, they smugly anticipated total compliance. They foolishly believed the young phenom would simply swallow her pride, bow to their outdated power structure, and unquestioningly follow orders. They handed over the mandated playtime limits, fully expecting her to passively accept the insult. Instead, they quickly discovered they were playing petty mind games with a fierce, uncompromising superstar who immediately rejected their manipulative tactics.
Played 27 minutes, crazy. No, I'm joking, but I feel great. I feel like I felt kind of like myself over the course of the last 3 games, and just continued to build that and stay on top of everything. But, it's kind of nice when, you build a hefty lead like that, and then you're able to kind of get some rest there in the fourth quarter. And then a lot of my teammates were able to get in and contribute, and it was really fun to see them, keep the same level of play. Everybody came in, and when their number was called, they were ready. And that was even the same for the first half. When people got subbed in, they were ready, and, they allowed our offense to keep going, and then our defense kind of kicked in too. So I'm just proud of everybody.
I'm not sure if you're aware that you got a technical foul tonight.
I'm aware, yeah.
Sometimes you come in here and you say, hey, I just didn't know. But you said in the past you wouldn't change anything. But how do you...
she said that.
Well-placed insiders roaming the facility corridors reported that Caitlin Clark did not merely object. She immediately unleashed the most impactful player strike in recent athletic history. The point guard abruptly stood up, severed all contact with the organization, and stormed right out of the building. She fiercely refused to step foot on the private jet bound for Illinois. She deliberately ignored every mandatory press conference, entirely abandoned the glitzy red carpet gala, and formally removed herself from the exhibition roster. She handed the brass a staggering non-negotiable choice: publicly trash the playing time limits, and allow her to hoop freely or sit idly by while their billion-dollar weekend went up in flames. Initially, headquarters mistakenly believed she was bluffing to negotiate better terms. They confidently thought the intense scrutiny from major media outlets would ultimately compel her to surrender. Music, however, as the countdown to tip-off drew closer and Clark remained absolutely nowhere near the host city, a horrifying truth dawned on them. She was not playing around. The basketball prodigy had effectively executed a devastating solo strike against the entrenched corporate hierarchy, triggering an instantaneous and overwhelming financial apocalypse.
We'll place the call to Caitlin Clark to get whatever it is you need. Take a look at this. Shout out to Correlation. Correlation said, bruh, Caitlin is in Iowa and Studbud was just asking where she is. Caitlin Clark pulled a no-show. Caitlin Clark's out in Iowa, having a good old time, not dealing with this nonsense, going to see, hair people and all of this stuff. She ain't got time to be dealing with these people no more. And I don't blame her. If I was Caitlin Clark, I wouldn't want to deal with these idiots any longer either. It's just been too much. Too much has been done. Too much has been done. Caitlin Clark pulled a absolute no-show. Here she is in Iowa. Okay. She said, I'm not going. I'll catch y'all. I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. I might just show up. I might not show up to All-Star Weekend until 10 minutes before the game. I might not show up till 10 minutes before the game because y'all don't deserve the GOAT's presence.
Revelation hit social media confirming Caitlin Clark's refusal to participate due to enforced benching. The digital world effectively shattered. Enraged supporters who had drained their savings to purchase ultra-expensive courtside access immediately swarmed ticket vendors aggressively demanding total refunds. The secondary resale market plummeted into oblivion within an hour, sending once valuable $5,000 premium passes crashing down to worthless scraps of paper. Television executives who had aggressively staked their entire seasonal advertising profits on her guaranteed massive audience were reportedly melting down over the phone lines, threatening the organization with colossal breach of contract litigation. We are looking at an incomprehensible hemorrhage of wealth evaporating in mere minutes. Massive international brands who had shelled out top dollar specifically for her unparalleled drawing power aggressively threatened to cancel their financial backing, making it abundantly clear they did not fund a glorified scrimmage for aging players that no one cared to watch.
A little bit, so I think just continue to be myself and then just try to refocus to, focusing on my teammates and how I can help them.
Do you think it's inevitable or no?
I don't know. I can't predict the future. You gotta ask the Magic 8 Ball.
Caitlin, for you mentioned kind of feeling back to yourself. How much these past 3 games has it been kind of almost like a mental boost for you?
Yeah, it's like, you never like being out with injury. Like, it's hard for anybody, and I think especially last year, like having to go through it, like the four games off, 4 games play, 4 games on, 4 games, whatever it was. Like, that's really hard to kind of find a flow. So I think for myself, like just being resilient and able to get my body back pretty quickly to where it was before I missed a couple games, and then just finding my flow. And sometimes it can be hard for my teammates too. Like, you don't want to come in and disrupt when you haven't been in a couple games. So just kind of easing my way back into everything, and they've made it easy too.
Kelsey, I'm curious, from your perspective, what have you seen from Caitlin here over these past few games as she's gotten healthier?
I just think her ability to lead, even while dealing with injury, and wanting to be your best self and letting your body be at your best.
While terrified boardroom executives were scrambling through their headquarters in absolute panic, the brutal consequences of this stunt slammed into the players' quarters with overwhelming force. Music, the disgruntled older athletes who had originally conspired to enforce these exact limitations were abruptly confronted with a massive, echoing, and incredibly furious stadium. They had successfully acquired the exact scenario they plotted for, a spotlight completely devoid of Caitlin Clark's towering shadow. Yet, the deafening absence of press coverage and the sheer venom radiating from the remaining attendees instantly highlighted a harsh reality. Their relevance was entirely tied to her unprecedented star power, turning their victory into an absolute disaster. Nice to meet you. Under the tree. The utter shock of the situation was completely paralyzing. Tell me how any competent leadership group could possibly bungle a guaranteed victory this horribly and expect to survive.
I'm T. Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm to the street. Y'all see this fucking all-star starter looking like money? I am money. Believe me. Ooh. And she is. Ooh, that was a bar. I'm still in that. I am still in that.
See, look, Stud Buzz, they're gonna have a good time no matter what. I like them. Y'all can't get Caitlin Clark on y'all stream yet because she ain't showing up till she gotta show up. She don't want nothing to do with Asia and them trying to corner her and have a meeting. They gonna want her to show up and speak out for this group, that group. She don't have time for all of that. She trying to enjoy herself. What else? What else? Oh, they got AZ FUD in here. Yo, the Stubbutt stream is lit, bro.
Messy? Oh, yeah, we been here. Oh, you talking about the room.
All right, I can't have that music playing. They got AZ FUD in. Oh, they in there taking shots with AZ. Paige, you better get your girl, man. Stubbuds ain't safe, I'm telling you. They demons. They demons. All right. Okay, they had AZ FUD in there. Oh, they got Kelsey Mitchell on the stream. Hey, go ahead, Kelsey.
What I just say? If you proud of her, yeah. I love y'all. Come on, we're in here.
Do you fully comprehend the magnitude of this blunder? They recklessly gambled with their most valuable asset. Did they truly expect this scheme to fly under the radar? Or did they seriously believe they were untouchable?
Just say one shot later or something.
They trying to get everybody lit. Man, y'all gotta be careful with the Stud Buzz, man. Stud Buzz gonna get y'all toe up in Chicago. Y'all might not be able to wake up for whatever duties y'all got the next day, man. Shout out.
Without her gravitational pull on the hardwood, the explosive media frenzy vanished completely. The relentless camera shutters went silent. The unstoppable viral engagement halted in its tracks, and an inescapable reality was broadcast to the globe. The seasoned players swiftly discovered that by attempting to snuff out her brilliance out of spite, they had effectively plunged the entire sport into obscurity. Indiana's executives went from feeling untouchable to being relentlessly pursued by outraged ticket holders, panicked financial backers, and a tidal wave of public condemnation. They arrogantly tried to micromanage her impact, and in doing so they completely annihilated their own premier showcase, looking utterly foolish on an international platform. Currently the association is practically groveling, frantically begging her to return while promising to shred the minute caps and grant her total offensive freedom. Unfortunately, the catastrophic fallout cannot be undone. Caitlin Clark forcefully demonstrated that she is far more than just a skilled shooter in the league. She is the undeniable economic engine keeping the entire operation afloat. The establishment relies on her existence far more than she will ever require their platform, and she absolutely holds all the cards.
Yeah, I do think it's important. I think momentum and just having the basketball guys on your side in ways that, that you really don't understand. Really, I think it's true. I think the way in which you love the game, you pour into the game, is the way you want it to show love to you back. And I think that we've done a decent job lately as far as keeping ourselves committed to the grind and committed to what Steph has set for us. But more importantly, I think momentum going into our second half of our season is really big for us. Once you start, you kind of don't stop. And I think our next couple of opponents that we do come to see, I think these games kind of help us prepare to see whatever we want to see in the second half of the season.
Chelsea, you said last week that you don't really like to talk less about basketball. So how do you vent through the game?
Keep the main thing. Certain things don't require a lot of talking, so I try to keep a happy balance and just keep my mind focused on what matters.
Yeah, right.
So All-Star Weekend coming up. We'll be making an appearance on Stud Buds. What's all planned for you guys this weekend? Festivities up in Chicago.
They separated us, man. I know, man. They trying to make us enemies.
This fierce, unwavering refusal to tolerate petty professional jealousy has definitively established her as the most influential and untouchable competitor in the entire realm of female athletics. The corporate suits absurdly attempted to put a leash on an absolute powerhouse, resulting in the total loss of their crown jewel. I absolutely must know your raw thoughts on this wild, unprecedented standoff right now. Do you firmly support Caitlin Clark's decision to walk away from the weekend to deliver a punishing economic reality check to the executives? Or do you believe she should have simply suited up and dominated despite the blatant disrespect? Flood the comments section below with your entirely unfiltered perspectives. Be sure to aggressively hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate those notification bells so you never miss another earth-shattering basketball update. And I will catch you all in the absolute next.